Having simple users in the system is okay, and we already have that. But very often, you also want some sort of admin functionality. So in this video, I am going to show you how to add another user to the system, and we are going to add an endpoint which is going to be accessible only for users that have the admin role. So let's do that now. Now let's make this a little bit more interesting, and let's introduce another user into our system. So open up user service, and let's do another email, and let's just call this one next@test.com. Now let's refactor this a little bit. So let's change it up. If existing email equals, in our case, email that was passed in, we return our admin user. Else, if another email is equals to the email that was passed in, let's return a simple user and not an admin. Let's do that role user. Let's give him an ID of 99 and an email of another email. And let's call this extra info, my nice user. Else, we return an empty optional. So we've quickly added the user. Let's test out if that works. Let's bring in the postman and let's see. So what was it? It was next test, and this gives us another token. And if we use that and we go to the secured endpoint, whoa, it says next test with user ID 99. So we already have multiple users in the system. So let's fix our messy controller real quick. Yeah, open auth controller and don't do this in a controller, seriously. Put this inside a service. So let's just make another service and let's call this auth service. And what is it gonna have? It's gonna have a public method that returns a login response. We're gonna call this attempt login. Let's pass in an email and a password. Don't forget to mark this as a service with required Args constructor, because we're gonna need something from our controller, and it's these injections. And what we can do is we can just copy this code, paste it inside our attempt login, fix little issues such as these ones. So this is an argument already, boom, boom, boom. And if you inject this private final auth service into our controller and just return auth the service, attempt login, request, get email, request, get password, run your application, get that postman back here, and let's try and log in as another user. Copy the token, paste it, nothing changes, still good. Let's do test at test. This is our admin user. Copy the token, paste it here, boom, logged in as test at test. Great! Everything is going super smooth so far. Let's add another endpoint that is only meant for admins. Let's check our roles. Let's see if they work. Open up your hello controller, and this is going to be just a simple endpoint, so doesn't need to be anything fancy. Let's do get mapping, and let's do a /admin. So public string admin. Let's also get authentication principal here. Maybe we'll need it. And let's return, if you see this, then you are an admin. User ID. And let's just do a get user ID. Now, if I run this application, you will see that a simple user can also reach this endpoint. So let's log in as a simple user, which was next at test. And if we use his token to get to admin, if you see this, you are an admin, but this user is not an admin. So what is happening? What is happening is that in our web security config, our /admin is not secured in any way. It's just requires a user to be authenticated, but not have a particular role. So let's do another request matcher, and let's do admin, and let's do / and then **. So what this does is it secures /admin and any other path that follows it. So basically anything that starts with /admin will be secured. And let's do a has role and then pass in admin as a string here. So if we rerun our application right now, and we're gonna open Postman, when application starts, if we try and get there, it's 403 forbidden. So a simple user cannot reach an admin endpoint. But if we go ahead and we log in with our original test at test, which we've already established is an admin, and we put his token here, then this user is able to reach the admin endpoint. And that's how you introduce multiple roles into your system. Of course, there's a lot more to that, but just to get started, this should be pretty good. Now, in the next video, we're going to talk about a very, very important thing, and that is testing. We're going to learn how to do an endpoint test, bypassing our security and faking our user or admin logins. And as always, before you click off, don't forget to like this video so I know that it was useful, share it with your colleagues, and subscribe. Now on to the testing video. Let's go!